Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Home Hangouts. My name is Della Colleen, and I'm here today in the New River Trail. It's the middle of summer, it's the middle of July. What can we possibly see in the desert at this time of the year? As you can see, most of our native plants have gone dormant. They're kind of a crispy brown color. But in the New River, there is a perennial source of water, and water in the desert does amazing things. As soon as we have water, we're able to increase the diversity of plants, increase the diversity of animals. And today I want to share with you an area that's just north of Thunderbird Road on the New River Trail. As you know, we're not allowed to walk in the wash. The wash is a floodway. We're now in monsoon season, so it's especially important not to go into the wash. But from the New River Trail itself, you will be amazed how many things you can see. So in this riparian habitat, we see trees that we don't see in the desert because we have water. So behind me here, we have a very large cottonwood. It's a really important tree for our birds. We have a family of great horned owls that have set up house in one of the cottonwoods. We also have a red-tailed hawk who likes to hang out in the cottonwood here. So it's a really important tree for the riparian area. So another real important tree in this riparian area is right behind me here. This is Godding's Willow. It forms a green layer right through the wash. Again, a very important tree, especially for our flycatchers. To our right here, we're looking at a typical riparian water plant. These cattails grow really densely, and during our winter migration season for birds, we get a lot of waterfowl that hide out in these cattails. Looking at the cattails, we will notice what looks like pink chewing gum at the base of some of the cattails. And that's actually the egg mass of a snail that we find in the water here. And I'm going to reach down and pick out this snail so you can get a closer look at it. So some of the interesting things you can do with your kids is have a look at the wildlife that's in the pond. And here's an example. This is an apple snail. It's not a native snail. It's actually a little bit invasive. But this guy is responsible for the pink mass of eggs that we see on the cattails. So what kid doesn't love messing around, picking things out of the water? Also over here we can see tadpoles. And as a kid, I know I spent a lot of time trying to catch tadpoles. Here in the desert, we have some native toads. We have the red-spotted toad, and we have the green Sonoran toad. That's the one you don't want to let your dog play with because it has some toxic substance on its skin, can be harmful for your dog. We also have frogs down here. The American bullfrog is probably the one that's responsible for most of the little tadpoles we see here. The final thing you can do with your kids, which is super cool, is try and find and identify some dragonflies, damselflies. I always carry this book with me. This is Stokes' Beginner's Guide to Dragonflies. And it's got terrific photos, really simply explained with great quality images. And it's really fun activity to do with your kids to try and identify what the damselflies and dragonflies that you're seeing here in this riparian area are. I hope you'll take a few minutes to come down to this beautiful oasis. It's so cool down here, and we hope to see you again on our next edition of Home Hangouts.